Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. As you've seen by the title, this is the story of how my Tier 8 Astron Rex medium tank became MVP in a Tier 10 match. And there was not any dream that this was going to happen. It was fantastic, and it required something special that I didn't have, and I'll explain that to you when it comes up. So, needless to say, this was a surprising result for myself as much as anybody, really. So it was just fantastic that it happened, and I knew that was an instantaneous video because it had a really great lesson to show to everybody else. So I hope you'll enjoy this, and if you do, please leave a like for this video. It will help spread the word a lot. If you haven't subscribed, but you watch these videos, please consider subscribing. That would help me even more. You get daily notifications of my new videos, and I average 2 or more a day. And best of all, it's absolutely free. So now let's go ahead and continue with the rest of the video. Welcome to Severogorsk. Alright, this is me and Brownie about to kick some butt. In fact, I believe that's him right there. There it is. I told him about the spot that I found this one. Great location, Alpha 2. He was like, really? Okay, I'm willing to learn. I told him it was Alpha 2. That's why he's already almost there. And I'm here pushing this guy, this artillery, to get into position faster. Didn't know exactly where he was going, but it looked like here. And I go, I'm out of here. So this is a secret. Don't tell anybody. Well, too late. It's in a video, so just go up here, push your trees down before the other guys see it happening. You don't really pay attention. It's kind of in the background. You're going to make a hedgerow of down of trees. That was Brownie pushing trees down, which helped out a lot. Now I'm stuck in this forest. So it looks pretty, normal. And so my goal is to just hang out here and take shots of opportunity at those guys, Echo 3 and etc. in that vicinity. I don't see Jack. There you go. Now here we are, we're bottom men, tier 10s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tier 10s. 1, 2, 3 tier 9s, and then we're at the bottom of the barrel in the tier 8 stash. So what I'm trying to do here is just, like I said, shots of opportunity. Good shot by artillery. Any damage I can get is fine. We're hoping to somehow not lose, okay? There's no idea that, doing substantially well is in the cards, okay? That's not how we think about it. Because normally tier 8s get smashed by tier 10s. But our tier 10s did a good job in this match, and it shows. Just hanging out here, me and my Arnie Mania camo. But the curved turret makes it look a little more like a flaming plasma design and less of a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger, which is what it is. This is the Arnie Mania camo. It's just hard to make out. There's his face right there. You see on the turret, it's upside down where that sticker is, that the yellow sticker that says caution crew trainer right there. That's Arnold's face upside down. He's got sunglasses on. There's his face right there, right by the turret. You see the hatch, you see him and his face with the sunglasses right there. So if you know what it is, you can see it, but if you don't know it, you'll never notice it. You're like, oh man, that's kind of cool. So if you have an Arnie Mania camo, and if you have the Astron Rex, you just pop it on there and your tank will look just like this one. Brownie had a genius idea to go get this 112. I was like, hey dude, I'm with you. It was a great idea. So that's why we're taking off. Two of us are going. We're going to flank this guy. He's going to go left. I'm going to go right. I'm sorry, he's not I'm sorry, that's not him. He's the other guy here, the 112. There, 121. Sorry. Brownie gets killed by fire, but the two of us are already on this guy like white on rice. Brownie was killed by fire by the 121. I finished the 121 because this was Brownie's plan. He said we could go get him, and I've never thought of that. I said, okay, I'm with you. He knows his business. Now, he is a kid, but he studies this business, and he knows what he's talking about. When he says go, we go. And then I saw this guy, the P-44, as we saw driving up. After I got my reload, I know I can kick his butt. I'm a 5-shot autoloader. With a good speed, I go about 55. So this guy's in trouble. So I just rolled up on him. Gave him the beating of his life. Brownie said, "You're a freak," in a positive, complimentary way. Because I took over, I'm following Brownie's plan to go get the 121, which we got. We got him. He got some of him, I got the other part. I finished the 121, and then when they got the reload, I went and finished this freak off. So I knew that we were in great position, and I had done something quite good, even though my gunner is down. The range I fired, you don't need a gunner. That was point blank. I don't remember. How did we finish this off? There's no base. We must have killed him. So it's not like we captured a base. There's no base to capture. I don't think I killed anybody else. I think I just shot guys, maybe. There we go. No negative shot there. Easy kill if I get a shot on him, but I didn't have a shot. But we're not, I wasn't playing this game to do anything more than what I've done. And that's more than expected, to be honest. So I'm just trying to help my team. That's all I'm doing. I've just played with the help the team concept. Because if you help your team, good things are going to happen to you. And that's really kind of the other big lesson. Yeah, that guy got that, but those guys were, I guess, low health, so that worked in our favor. The most important lesson I thought of this game was, Brownie had a great idea, and man, I said yes as soon as he said it out of his mouth. I'm like, nah, it's great. I'll go with you. So you never know. Where a great idea is going to come from in your platoon. So be receptive to these ideas. This wasn't a thing where Brownie's a kid. I'm way older. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. But that's not the important part. Brownie is an important member of my team. Anything that they say is considered equally with anybody else. He had a great idea. Instantly, I jumped all over it. I never would have thought of that idea. So that was very important. And that's what, he has been trained by me and the other guys to do, is that you're here to kick butt. So when you have a kick butt idea, you got to tell us so we can, consider it. Terrific. It was just a terrific idea. It was, to me, the difference maker. And this is the thing that my father taught me, is that these difference makers in any game appear in different forms. In this case, the difference maker came about. We were doing a great job as low-powered guys on a Tier 10 match. Then Brownie noticed an opening to get to 121. He was by himself. And that's what he told me. He goes, that guy 121's by himself. We can go get him. And I said, hey, you're legit. Let's go. So we did that. And because we stayed safe and waited for shots of opportunity, his shot of opportunity was that he recognized that there was a situation. And he is a natural predator. So, man, he has it more than I do, to be honest. So that was Brownie's genius idea that ended up setting me up to be an MVP, which is crazy. You just, so you got to do your best to help your team. And that's what we did. He came up with a genius idea. We went and executed his idea. And like I said, I wasn't trying to go be a superstar. I'm trying to help my team. If you play to help your team, good things are going to happen to you. Sometimes that good thing might be an MVP. That's, the second, really, maybe the big lesson there is to be receptive to great ideas from people on your team. Second lesson is to don't be greedy. Play within yourself and within your tank's capabilities to help your team, because that by doing these things, there was no promise that there would be an MVP. It never even considered. I saw the end of the game, and Brownie was shocked as much as I was that I'm MVP. Holy moly! I know I did good. I didn't think I did that good, but the rest of my team was kind of the damages were spread out. So I mean, I've had numerically better games than this for personal glory, but this was possibly the best team-oriented game I had in a Tier 10 match in the Astron Rex, and I think it was by far, because this is the only time I've ever gotten an MVP in a Tier 10 match in the Astron Rex. Never even considered it happening. Oh, I play it because it's a good tank. That was based on an evaluation that Wrongway gave me, and so I was like, I listened to his description, and I go, he ain't lying. I need to explore this further. I had been like selling myself short on the Astron Rex. I go, it isn't that great. Well, the quote "isn't that great" line is supposing things without taking full view of all the attributes, and so I wasn't evaluating it properly. Wrongway's the one who told me, he goes, dude, that tank has a Tier 9 armor turret. I go, really? I looked at that turret. I guess I should show you the turret, just to highlight what Wrongway told me. Okay, this is the armor of the Astron Rex's turret, as Wrongway said. It has a Tier 9 turret. That's a good turret. And I like I said, I really had never considered it. I go, yeah, I'd seen it before. I didn't really pay attention. I didn't know what I was looking at, essentially. But when our discussion came, because it was really funny, he and I were in a match. I was just goofing around randomly. He was goofing around randomly. We both got on the same team. I'm like, oh, this is Wrongway, so I went and protected him. It was another Tier 10 match, actually. very bizarre. But he saw me, I saw him, so we got in the party, we're cool, and it was like, okay, I made sure he had a decent result. He was playing Russian artillery. It wasn't a tier 10 match. He was playing Russian artillery, and he had, I think, the tier 7, so it would have been a tier 9 match. But I had this Astron Rex, and so in the game I was making sure he was protected. Nothing happened to him. But that tier 7 artillery, Russian wasn't that great. He had a good score, about 800 plus damage in a game where we were lower tier guys, and we won that game. But I protected him because he's my number one. He's my artillery. I have to protect my artillery. That's just the way it is. But he had a good game because we both agreed we don't like that tier 7 Russian artillery. So he had a good game. He didn't come under any pressure at all because of myself. And that was after that game where he told me, oh, yeah, it's a good tank, man. It has a tier 9 turret. Well, there you go. That's the story of how I learned the Astron Rex has a tier 9 turret. And so that was just really an interesting way that our interaction of our group works. He was online. He was doing my stuff by himself. I was doing stuff by myself, goofing off. He didn't even think about it. So we ended up in the match and then got into a party and talked about it. And that's the story of the tier 9 turret of the Astron Rex. And that's when I was just doing commander stuff, really, and just having a goof off game. I was playing some goof off stuff with commanders. There's always some reason I'm playing something. But it was, I'm going to play a goof off game. Well, I'll just, I was like, let me go use the Astron Rex. At least I'll get commander points if I don't have a good game. I had a good game. We both did. We won. It was fantastic. So this is a story with another story attached to it about my Astron Rex. So, I got this. This was the Christmas season ultimate tank. Came with that hideous Krampus 3D commander. And I was like, it's okay. Now, after that game with Wrong Way, my evaluation has been expanded. So I understand it's much better. And so you got the background story of why I kind of moved it up in my hierarchy of things to do commander-wise, because it's a 50% commander bonus Astron Rex. I have the what do you call it? The Krampus commander, 30% commanders in there. He's got a quick learner for 10% bonus, and I've got enhanced rations for another 10%. So this is a 100% bonus tank at tier 8, which is the same bonus that the tier 2 Panzer 38H has. But it's a tier 8, so you face tier 9 and 10s, which I just did here, but lucked out and scored an MVP. So this is the whole story kind of the Astron Rex and what it does and what have you. So I hope you enjoyed it. It was a terrific match that Brownie and I got. We were just, goofing around because Brownie was like, hey, we need to play. He got the T41E1 after my recommendation, and he's really been doing great in that tank, and he enjoys playing it, which is awesome. And I said, okay, let's do that. Going, wait a second. Man, I can do Astron Rex first win of the day whenever it comes, right? Well, it was the first game of the day at a tier 10. Who knew? Who saw that coming? Not me. So that was just one of the things. One thing leads to another. Brownie wants to play tier 8. I'm like, okay, I'll play Astron Rex. We got in a tier 10 match where I'm just cowering and hanging around for shots of opportunity. Brownie sees an opportunity. We go jump on the opportunity. I killed 2 guys because of Brownie's idea and hung around. More shots of opportunity, just trying to be safe and conserve our advantage. And then it goes to the backstory of I talked the wrong way in the game we played and how that happened. So it's just a really wild sequence of events here that got us to Duke scores MVP in a tier 10 match in a tier 8 Astron Rex. You know, that part is just the tip of the iceberg, and I just gave you the whole iceberg here. And that's what I do in these videos sometimes when it happens. It's not every time, but that's what I do. That you don't get this kind of stuff on other videos that I see, even if they're great videos. I'm the guy that gives you in this case, I give you the rest of the iceberg. So, and this is all Brownie's doing. He's the one who started, you know, the final stage of this train of the Astron Rex getting an MVP. He's the catalyst that sets it off, that we get the MVP, and then, well, the MVP is the tip of the iceberg. And then the rest of the iceberg, we just follow the chain there. So it was really fantastic, and I'm really glad that I was able to do this with Brownie, because he just, like I say, set me up for a great game, and then really a great story for a YouTube video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a like for this video. Please consider subscribing. That would help me out even more. Remember, it's free. You get daily notifications of my average 2+ videos a day. Tell your friends. They'll have a chance to like and subscribe as well. I got more stuff to do. Perhaps maybe another iceberg or two. I don't know yet, but I do this on the fly. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in one of my other many excellent videos.